Welcome to the Miami Basketball Podcast, also known as the M.O.B podcast. I am Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this is our basketball podcast where we recap, break down, analyze players and teams from previous games from the previous day. How are you this Monday afternoon, Ja?
Goody.
That's just goody.
Yeah, goody two shoes, my guy.
I'm glad you're good. I'm good as well. I hope I'm having a good day. I hope everyone will have a good day. Before we get into the basketball business, at least with the games, first we have to send our condolences and give our, appreciation or thanks in order for the game of basketball. And rest in peace to Paul Westphal, who died 2 days ago. We forgot to mention this, which we shouldn't have forgot. If you don't know who Paul Westphal is, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you watching this don't know who he is, he was a great player that played for the Celtics, Supersonics, the Knicks,
and Suns,
and the Suns. I know, and the Suns. And he was most famous for playing for the Suns. He is responsible for the only 2 times that the Suns made it to the finals. He was a player for the Suns, and he was a key player for the Suns when they made it to the finals against the Celtics in 1976. And he was the head coach of the Suns and coached Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, and Dan Marley when they faced against the Bulls in 93.
And Tom Chambers.
What?
Tom Chambers. You forgot Tom Chambers.
What about Tom Chambers?
He coached Tom Chambers. Come on, man. He's a big part of the Suns' legacy.
Oh, yeah, okay. My fault. I'm sorry, Suns fans. Which none of y'all watching this, but yeah. But as I was saying, he was a really great player. He was a four-time All-Star. He was very acrobatic with all his layups, a great offensive, crafty player. He could pass, he could dribble, he could do all that, and he's a legend of the game. Player, coach, doesn't matter. So, of course, we have to say rest in peace to one of the great players in the Hall of Famer, in Paul Westphal.
He's legend, the Suns legend, man.
Yep, a Suns legend. Hopefully they can honor him this year.
Yeah.
But all right, now let's get into the basketball games. Last night there was a variety of interesting close games that we would discuss. And first, of course, we have to start it off with the back-to-back 2-time unanimous MVP, Stephen Curry. It looks like he's back. Oh my goodness. 62 against the Blazers. A statement victory by the Warriors, a much-needed victory by the Warriors, who looked to be all over the place in the previous games and out of sorts. And he was just a crazy performance by Stephen Curry. I mean, his career high, Chase Center record, breaking Damian Lillard's 39, shattering that shit. Like I said, his career high, and just an entertaining performance by one of the greatest and the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. So let me get your thoughts on this game and Steph Curry's performance, Ja.
Well, you could basically say that this was his claim of, saying that he's back as the best point guard in the game right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
hold on before you go. That's for all you casuals that say that Damian Lillard was better than Curry. Because for one season, Curry wasn't playing. So now, he's better than Curry when he's not playing, of course. Unanimous, like how Curry was unanimous MVP. I'm sorry, but that was really getting me upset that people really thought that it was a conversation.
You got all right to do that, because a lot of these casuals, we just thinking as if they James Naismith. But as I was saying, to refresh you guys' memory, if you go back, after being snubbed, Damian Lillard disrespected Curry on his home floor. Years later, this is revenge. Curry. The reason why this whole Warriors team had that whole energy, mind you, they had it from the jump defensively, and then off of that, they just their offense just flowed with each other in terms of passing and spacing. But the main reason their offense was going so hard is because of the simple fact that man Curry energized his whole team. Came straight out the gate just getting buckets. 21 in the first quarter. And he had double digits in each and every quarter after that. So Stephen Curry, even though there's, I feel like Kyrie's still more skilled than you, of course. Like I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Why did you have to take a shot at Curry like that?
No. I wasn't taking no shot. I'm just saying.
Since you want to take a shot at Curry, I know that I'll take Curry over Kyrie for my best player of the team.
All right, calm down.
Like, what was the point of that?
Okay, I made a mistake. I apologize. I didn't mean to bring that up, but I'm just saying.
Apologize to the Warriors too.
Oh yeah, and I apologize to the Warriors. Like I thought you guys were still going to lose this game, but hey, you proved me wrong. But you also got to apologize because you also didn't have them winning.
I'm not apologizing to them. Stephen Curry, I apologize to you though, however, because you're on the team, and I think you're the only one that deserves apology.
Yeah, but
James Wiseman too.
What about Andrew Wiggins?
Oh yeah, he did have a good game. Kelly Oubre was there, I guess. Listen, the man is shooting. Do you know that Kelly Oubre is shooting 2 for like, I think 31 from 3?
Look, man. Look, when you play on the look at
you getting Bay Area distractions.
Look, let me tell you something. We all know that Kelly Oubre wasn't this good of a shooter, anyways. And there's no disrespect. I'm talking about in terms of the 3-point line. Everything inside the 3.
Yeah. To be fair, yes, you're right. He did have a good inside game.
But when you are playing in a system that is purely made for mostly shooters and to work off of that, you're gonna kind of get forced. When you're forced into that situation, you have to learn how to adjust, and like you're gonna be made into that. It's like he's trying to follow how the system is structured. Sometimes you just gotta learn. You gotta just play your game. Don't follow because the system is structured off of spacing and shooting. Just play your game. The team is gonna like it regardless, as long as you do well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's all I gotta say about that, about Kelly Oubre. But yeah, this was a good grind out win from the Warriors.
Yep, I agree. And you know what's crazy? That Damian Lillard has his career high against the Warriors, it being 61. Curry has his career high against the Blazers, it being 62. Just, some little good competition between two of the best point guards in the game today.
Yeah, two of the best long range shooters.
Mm-hmm. It was at one point they was just dueling it out. They was just going back and forth with threes.
I know.
But yeah, this was a great and much needed win by the Warriors, and we'll hope they can ride this wave for the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next up, with the first game being on in the afternoon for yesterday, which was the Pistons and the Celtics game, a rematch from the game 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago when the Pistons upset the Celtics. And in this game, this situation, this was a similar but different story in terms of it being a close game, but the Celtics now were able to connect on their fourth quarter points and their opportunities late in the fourth quarter, and they was able to win via Jason Tatum game winner, his second game winner of the season. So let me get your thoughts on this game, Ja.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, this game was just like how the last time they played, like really close.
Just more high paced, more offense,
more offense, of course, and not that much defense. Blake Griffin came back.
Mm-hmm.
He's still kind of, you could clearly see he's kind of rusty because he only went like 4 of 14 from the field. And with this new era of 3-point shooting, he developed his game into a more well-rounded game. But yeah, he only shot 3 of 10 from the 3, I believe. So he didn't have the best nights, but this is expected in a way coming off an injury. But yeah, both teams were going at it, but yet let's not deny it. Nobody on that Detroit Pistons, as good Jeremy Grant did, even though you're gonna clown me for saying I hate him, as good as Jeremy Grant did and everything, nobody on that floor is better than Tatum or my guy Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? He was just getting buckets and being efficient with it, picking his spots while cooking.
Which one are you talking about?
Oh, Jaylen Brown.
Okay, because you could have said the same for both.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, Jaylen Brown.
But Jaylen Brown had his stamp on the game quickly and early. Tatum came along, of course, but it's just like this is what I see from most of these games when I see the Celtics play. Is either that they both have it going, or when one doesn't have it going, the other has it going. and vice versa. It's just like it goes like that, and it's like there's nothing that you could do when you got to deal with two guys who are that good, that skilled, and even though of course Brown is a more better defender, it's just like two good defenders in their own right. It's like there's nothing you could really do much to stop that, unless if your team does really good to win the game.
Yeah, I agree. And you took the route of talking about Jalen Brown, so I would take the route of talking about Jason Tatum. I mean, Jason Tatum was just a menace out there. He was doing everything he could. I mean, this is the last few possessions of the game for both the Pistons and the Celtics can prove to you how much impact Tatum was having on the game. He got I believe, a big block on was it Rose?
I believe so. Yes, I believe
He
it
got a
was.
big block on Rose. He got a big assist to Jalen Brown in the corner for 3. And of course, he hit the game-winning shot. So that's just doing it now on both ends and making plays, not just with you shooting the ball.
Yeah.
And he's just been doing that. He's been doing that a good amount the entire season so far in terms of making plays, not just shooting. Because he can be effective without having the ball in his hands. He can be effective without shooting the ball. He just makes plays. He's a good passer now. He's becoming a better passer now that I notice, and I've actually been watching him closely. And just that adding that element to the game is going to make him more dangerous. It's going to make the Celtics more dangerous. And when they get Kemba back, it's just going to be bad. In terms of offense, it's just going to be bad for the league.
And let me say this real quickly before we go on. Like, that Jason Tatum is an elite scorer. And what you see with most elite scorers with that much creativity is like, they use that and they work around their games from different aspects from that. Being such an elite scorer, dangerous scorer, they know that all eyes are going to be them. So it helps them give opportunity to help others get their own shot or whatsoever. You see with every deadly dangerous score, you see it with KD, you see it with Kyrie, you see it with Dame, you see it with Steph, you see it with all these guys who are just natural born scorers. Like, you know what I mean? They're able to, due to the fact that all the eyes are on them, they're able to create for others off of that. And Jalen Brown has shown that. I mean, Jason Tatum has shown that. My apologies.
Yeah, well, just as you said, I mean, a great bounce back win for the Celtics, and another great performance by Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, the duo in Boston, and see what else they can have cooking up later in the season. All right, and of course the last primetime game, last but not least, which is an entertaining and fun, high octane, fast paced offensive game between the Wizards and the Nets. And the Wizards was able to just pull it in late because I guess Kyrie has someone that he can look across the room and say, yeah, he could take that shot too.
You see this? Look it, man. Look, let me tell you something right now, man. Let me tell you something right now. It was a great game, but let me just tell you right now, it was all offense. And you know this. You know it was just all pure offense. Barely defense.
Well,
like, I'm not gonna say defense.
not to cut you off, but I mean, of course, it's all offense when you have 4 guys on the floor named Beal, Westbrook, Kyrie, and Durant.
Yes, that is true. But like again, like some of these games, like it was just like okay, this is what I felt like stopped the Nets from winning this game because they had an opportunity to win, obviously, but yet lack of taking care of the ball, defensive woes, and not being able to and like there was times where they was just not in the same connection at times. Some of the turnovers, not many of them, but some of these turnovers was the fact because like bad communication or so. And mainly another thing is Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert had a struggled this game. He didn't have really a good game this game, and I felt like the Nets had a bigger chance, or a bigger opportunity to win if he went and played well. Let's just be honest, simple as that. Nobody's going to talk about that fact. But yet, if you watch the game, you know. And now to speak on the last possession, and look, before I even go on to the last possession, let me say this: the Wizards took advantage. Let's just be honest. The Wizards just took advantage of all the Nets' disadvantages. They got their shots up. They got to the paint. They were playing with high energy. They were getting inside, being that inside presence.
Yeah, the paint really hurt the Nets. Really hurt the Nets.
And they work with that. But like, to speak on the last possession, let's be honest. All these casuals want to come out here and bring up the situation, like, and laugh it off. I was like, yeah, go ahead, have your laughs. You know what I mean? But you know dang well that's a rare moment for both.
Oh, yeah.
That's a rare moment for both of those guys. Because I even said I saw somebody say this, and like, even though I know you don't like me taking from Instagram, but let's be honest. Let's be honest here, though, and you and me both know this. 99.9% of the time, when those
they're
guys
making that shot,
they're making that shot. People want to clown them, violate, go off, go crazy, go hype because it's simple fact. Because they know who these players are. They know who KD and Kyrie is, especially in moments like these. Kyrie made one of the biggest shots in the NBA Finals. Kevin Durant made 2 big shots in the NBA Finals. Are you really telling me that people don't know who they are? Why do you think people are clowning them? They hating right now. But don't worry. This is just like, a foreshadow. It's like a foreshadow for something of what's better that's going to become.
Go ahead, talk your shit then.
I hear all these people talking about bringing that up, talking about who can make it on the same thing. Like, I'm just like, what? I'm just like, that really kind of is like, look, let me tell you something. I knew that a lot of nerves and fears came into a lot of people's hearts when they saw Kyrie get the ball and then they saw KD get the rebound. That's all I gotta say. The Nets, the Nets were hyped. The Wizards got worried. They didn't know what to do, and I know a lot of fans was like, "Dang, Kyrie may make that shot." Of course, Kyrie gonna make that shot. He's clutch. Dang, oh, he missed, but yeah, KD got the rebound. He may make that. Of course, KD's gonna make that. They're gonna make it almost like every day of the week. It's just a rare moment that they miss. You're not supposed to make every shot in the game.
You're right. For some reason, now that you're saying like they're gonna make that shot, for some reason I remember back in the finals between the Celtics and the Lakers when Larry Bird had that wide open corner look and he missed. And he looked at Pat Riley. He said, "Why'd you leave me open?" I know you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
For some reason, I just thought about that. But yeah, to add on to your point, of course, I like to joke and all that, so I had to bring that up.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I was shocked. Kyrie had a great look that I've seen him make countless times. A great open 3, and he missed, and that shocked me. And then KD had a rebound, had an even better look, and he missed, and that shocked me even more. And I was just looking at my screen like I was like this. I didn't believe it. Because they're so clutch, and those are easy. That's an easy shot. Those are practice shots. Come on, for Kyrie and KD, those are practice shots.
Well, hey, all I gotta say is you say all your jokes now, because this is what happened to all the great clutch players. Like, you make your jokes now, but let me tell you something. If this was to happen, if this was a playoff game, I doubt that they missing. Well, they not missing. And they already proved on the biggest stage anyway. I doubt you won't be scared. And let me tell you something. The Wizards ain't making it more far than the Nets. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. So you could make your jokes now, say that. But I was like, all I know, your favorite whoever your favorite player is, that's not KD or Kyrie, well, they can't make that shot better than them. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I do clown the casuals, but those jokes are funny. I'm not
gonna lie. Nah, yeah, the jokes should be funny.
I didn't even think about that quote because I was watching it and then I saw a comment. And it was that quote. I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing for like 2 minutes straight.
I'm not gonna lie, but Shannon Sharp was hilarious with it.
But yeah, listen, man, we know who KD and Kyrie is, and it's fun to make jokes when they miss that shot, but because they're not gonna miss that shot often.
Right.
And when they get the opportunity again, that's going in from both of them.
That's all I got. Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. Because let me tell you something. Westbrook is not taking out those kind of shots. That's all I got to say.
No, he will. He's missing.
Yeah, he's most definitely missing. And there's no disrespect to Westbrook. I'm just being honest. You're not a shooter like those two guys. Come on now. Don't make your joke now. Let it out.
All right. We spent enough time on the Nets. Let's talk about the team that actually won. that being the Washington Wizards, this was a big win for the Wizards because a win that I felt like they needed to get going. Sure, they beat who did they beat previous game with Timberwolves?
They beat the Timberwolves. Yes,
The
they beat.
Timberwolves. The Timberwolves. I don't have Cat right now, right?
Yeah, they don't have Cat.
Yeah, they don't have Cat right now, and that was a really easy win. I mean, they didn't have Russ, but I felt like that was a pretty comfortable, easy win for them.
Yeah.
This was the tough win, and this was the much needed win. I think this win can propel them, get that momentum going for them, and they can win more games down the road. This is everything that you wanted for the Wizards to go. That they closed it out.
Mm-hmm.
They got a big win against a championship contending team.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal looked great as usual. Thomas Bryant had a great game, and he was moving great without the ball, and he had the game-winning dunk, in which because the attention was all on Bradley Beal with a smart heads-up play, instead of taking the shot as a lot of people would, a lot of players in that position, and with that caliber of Beal would take that shot, but he said no. The man right there, dish it off to him, easy dunk, and they took the lead, and they ended up winning the game. This was a great win by the Wizards. Great offensive play by them. Great paint presence by them. Great great off ball movement by Thomas Bryant and the rest of the Wizards. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about that.
They just came out balling. That's all that it is. Like, New Year, new them. That's all I gotta say. New Year, new them. That's it.
Hey, you did pick the Wizards to win, and I picked the Nets to win, and I was shocked at the result.
Yeah, you owe them an apology. You owe them an apology.
I owe the Wizards an apology now. Fine. I actually no. No, I don't. I'm not apologizing to them because I said that they wouldn't stop KD and Kyrie, and they didn't. They both stopped themselves. That's the only way you're gonna stop KD and Kyrie because you're not stopping them. They just gotta stop themselves. So that's what happened. And for the most part, they didn't stop them.
Okay, because you can't stop two great players like that. You can only contain them.
So I'm not apologizing. No need to apologize. But good win for the Wizards. I got no hate, no reason for me to hate on anything like that.
Yeah, but y'all have reason to hate on KD and Kyrie as if but yeah, we'll move on for that.
I don't hate Kyrie.
I know you don't hate them. Well, you hate his leadership, but I know you don't hate him.
I feel like he should be a better leader. But in this situation, he doesn't need to be a leader. KD's the one that needs to be a leader.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. I'll talk about that at the end. Go on.
Okay. But yeah, hopefully this win by the Wizards can help them build momentum and win more games down the line because they should not be a 2-5 team with the talent they have and having Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal.
Exactly.
All right. Anything that you want to speak about? Player performances, anything like that, of course. So floor is yours for right now.
I watched the Suns versus Clippers game, and I know people won't want me to talk about. I know people won't want me to talk about. But let's be honest about this game. The Clippers had it for majority of the game, and then Suns came back. But Mr. PG-13 came big to help the team close it out. And it was just a good flow for that Clippers team offensively as a whole. Even when the Suns came back, they still kept to their game plan and they were able to take out the win. But PG and Devin Booker, I'm not gonna lie, they was violating each other. Let's be honest. They was cursing each other out. It was going crazy.
He's hot as a fire.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like these dudes just wilding out right now. But it's just like, hey, it's the passion of the game. I don't know what happened though. What happened with Cam? Wait, not Cam. What's his name? What's the lefty? I forgot his name. But whatever happened.
Cameron Payne?
Yeah, Cameron Payne. Yes, Cameron Payne.
On that foul play?
Yeah, on that foul play. I don't know.
He blocked him and he was just landing. He was just falling. That's it. And Paul George happened to be right there.
So I guess that's a good excuse for why Devin Booker and PG had to argue each other. But hey, I don't know what's the purpose of that. But outside of that, it was a great game for PG, and he's continuing to show why he is who he is. But in a good, just overall Clippers win against a team that could shock them if they make it to the playoffs.
Yep, another great test for the Suns. And even though they lost, I think this can help build upon their young players and build upon their team that they're trying to form.
Yeah.
And of course, another great win by the Clippers. And as you said, Paul George has proven once again that he is still great, still one of the best players in the league, despite his playoff woes in the previous year.
Yeah.
But all right. Now it's prediction time as usual, Ja. You know how to do. You know what we do. So
Yeah.
we go right into it. All right. Magic of the Cavaliers.
I'm gonna keep my faith in the Cavs. I got the Cavs.
At the Cavs as well. I don't have faith in Magic anymore. Hornets of the 76ers.
76ers.
Sixers as well. The Hawks or the Knicks?
Hawks.
I'm not gonna be biased. I got the Hawks.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be mad at you if you picked the Knicks because they have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The Knicks have been playing well.
Thibodeau has been a great reason for that. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The Thunder or the Heat?
Heat.
Heat. Raptors or the Celtics? Rematch of the second round from last year.
Celtics.
Celtics. The first game that we'll be covering, which is the Mavericks or the Rockets.
If James Harden comes back, I got the Rockets.
Even if James Harden isn't back, I got the Rockets. The Mavericks haven't been playing that well.
Mm-hmm.
The Pistons or the Bucks?
Bucks.
Bucks. I was thinking about an upset, but I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Pacers or the Pelicans?
Pacers.
Pacers? I got the Pelicans. And the last game of the night, which should be an interesting one, the Kings or the Warriors?
Kings. Kings is. Whew, I got the Kings.
I got the Kings as well. But I think the Warriors can at least come with some intensity that they had just last night. You know, we shall see. I think they're going to keep it close, though. Yeah. The only game that we'll be covering mainly will be the Mavericks and the Rockets. But, of course, there's a lot of stuff that happens around the league. So we'll be keeping an eye on that, and we'll be talking about that in tomorrow's podcast. But, all right. I think it's time to wrap things up. Any final thoughts, Ja?
Yeah, I just want to say a quick thing. If you let's be honest, even though that they didn't have a good defensive game, obviously, the connection, like the talks between that whole Nets team in terms of communication was just really good. I'm talking about not in terms of like on the court, but I'm talking about in terms of off the court and needing to talk to each other and try to counter things or come up with things that they felt like was not working and try to like work around that. Like, you know, it was really good. Like a lot of times I saw KD talking to Joe Harris about certain situations and things like that of certain plays and everything. And I felt like that was really good. And you can see, I'm just want to bring that up because of the gel and the connection that team is quickly building up.
All right. That is a good point. As for now, thank you guys for watching today's pod. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And once again, I'm Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this was the Mind of Basketball Podcast.